All right, so we should be live. Go to multi-stream. Now go check something. It should just have up the Uncle Legends Corner tab.
There we go.
It's going.
Can't play the video.
You said it's going though.
I'm about to see right now. Yeah, we not here.
No Uncle Legends Corner.
Yeah.
No, go to my page.
So it's just this. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I got it right now. Sent until
Our page holder.
Yeah, it's our page holder. All right, now.
I like it.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a lag.
I'm gonna turn it down.
So I got it right now.
If you cut the video on, we can see if it's our lips. Oh, you do have it.
It is on. It's just a 20-second lag in it. All right, babe. You
Hello,
good?
hello, hey, hello, hello. Yep.
All right.
Hey, person that's on here looking. You ready to go?
Twitch. Am I live on Twitch?
People that's on there now.
Jesus Christ, what are we doing here?
I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
So we're about to get started in a few seconds, guys.
All right, cool. So we live on everything. I can turn all this off. Boom, that worked. That's a success. It's just I got to figure out the lag in here. But all right, it's like a see that little bit of lag in there that they're gonna have for viewing it. But I think they up to speed now.
Okay, so that'd be good.
All right, cool. So
How you doing, baby?
Tony, what up, man?
Hey, Tony. Tony has done it again. Feels good.
Yeah, it feels good when you keep knocking shit off the table. All right.
That's that old lady being.
All right, there we go.
Make noise when you're being. I'm
All
ready.
right, get a vocal spike. We're about 15. No, we're not even near 15. Check. Yep, we good. We close enough. All
check,
right.
baby, check, baby, 1, 2.
You good?
I'm great. Let's do it.
Bluetooth on just in case. But I'm muted for now. And let's go. Welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend. And with me as always, I got my beautiful co-host, Call Girl 6, better known as Fox.
Hey, y'all. That introduction song, it's all Sekasei.
Sekasei.
That made me feel a little Sekasei, you know? Yes.
I'm trying to do something.
Anyway, let's have a great podcast today.
All right, let's have a great podcast.
Cheers, guys.
You running the show, so. Hey,
Yeah, right. You gotta take over spirit.
I'm just a
That's
co-leader. I'm just a co-leader here.
Hey, y'all in the room today. So I just wanted to reach out to my people out there in Facebook Live and all these other live streams.
I've been seeing y'all comments about my thoughts. Y'all can go ahead and look at that right there.
What does that say?
Fuck your feelings.
Fuck your feelings.
That's how I'm feeling about people's feelings these days. What we got, baby?
Hey, let's see how your feelings feeling. So what's going on in the world today?
Well,
We have another school shooting today.
Lord in heaven.
Look, it's been 29 school shootings. School started in August. Like, good Lord.
Damn.
Good Lord.
Fuck is they teaching? Not gun control. That was
Right. That's what.
They ain't teaching. They ain't teaching proper gun techniques.
And it's terrible too. It's sad because we parents take our kids to school, to the bus, to school, and hoping that they return to us the same way that we bought them, or different. Because some of us have kids that like, yo, send them a life change out there. But other than that, we send them to school hoping that they come back to us in one piece. And for a lot of parents, obviously, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And I think that's very disturbing for our nation, for any nation at that. This guy here, Ethan Crumbley, yes, 15 years old. 15 years old, used his dad's pistol in a school shooting.
First of all, that's irresponsible gun control on his pops.
So,
Like, why your 15-year-old got access at any time to your guns? It's like, so you start there. But then on top of that, I don't mean to say the school shooters got a type or a look.
look,
But
don't do that.
let me just say that young man, I probably wouldn't be bullying him if I was in school these days.
Anyway, these days, right?
Nah, Jason, we're going to do this. That podcast is going to be the next one.
Which way he's talking? Okay.
Me and Jason was working on
Okay.
on Room to Be Reasonable.
So basically, this guy here, 15 years old, the headlines is that the bully, he's been bullied. So, bullied suspect Ethan Crumbley, 15 years old, allegedly uses that pistol in school shooting. Well, it's not allegedly. We know he did it.
Allegedly.
So yeah, my thing is that for him. So they were talking about bringing the parents up on charges. And they feel like now is about the time now because the charges that they were thinking about was because of owning the firearm and neglecting to put it up safely, securely, and separating the ammunition from the firearm.
So all the rest of that shit is whatever. The keep the ammunition away from the firearm. No, because if somebody breaking in my house, I need my ammunition in the firearm. But it's about keeping the access away from children. Because when the children, that's part of responsible gun ownership, right? Like responsible gun ownership is me carrying a holster that is safe, that keeps that keeps the trigger guard covered. It's not just flashing it and doing dumb stuff, not going for a jog and dropping my damn gun and stuff like that. Like all of that falls into responsible gun ownership. So it's not just like as ambassador of the Second Amendment, it is my responsibility, your responsibility, everybody who handles firearms and deal with firearms to treat them safely, right? Like follow the gun safety rules. That all fall on us because it's just like one of them things. Like even though driving's a privilege and gun ownership is a right, it still got some of the same categories to it where like you are responsible for your education, right? You're responsible for being where you need to be with gun ownership. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately that do fall on the parents. And I think for everybody who has guns, that should be like a wake up call for you. Like, hey man, I need to make sure I got everything locked up, put away from the kids. Cause when kids get a hold of it, they've been playing Apex Legends and Fortnite and Call of Duty. And
they think they ready.
They think they ready. They just got 25 kills and no deaths. Just got a care package or something in Call of Duty, and they think they ready. And ain't no damn respawns out here. Like people is dying.
Virtual experience out there in the world.
How many people got hurt? How many people got hurt?
Okay, so 4 dead, 7 injured.
Jesus
still,
Christ.
I think
all kids.
One teacher, I believe, I can't really recall right now. One of the students is in critical condition with a tube intubated or something too. Yeah. So we don't know about her condition, what that's going to be within the next few days here.
Yeah, that's wild. Even as a teacher, it's like you come to school and that ain't what you came to school for.
Yeah.
It's like we already don't pay teachers enough.
Right.
We literally give our children to teachers and be like, hey, hold this down while I'm at work. Babysit my kid. Raise my kid because realistically,
raise them. Especially
in the days of like when you'd have a teacher and had that teacher all day. You know what I mean? In a lot of like in the earlier grades where you have a teacher like all day or something like that, that teacher get more time with your kid than you do.
Yep,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like we see them Well, if you got a regular job, you're getting off somewhere between like 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Hell, they you got them up in the morning, rush, get them dressed, feed them, do everything you got to do, get them on the bus or take them to school or do whatever else you got to do. By then, it's like, dog, they go to school. They're in school for what, 6 hours, 7 hours or something like that. Then you get them out of there.
You got a good maybe 2.5 hours before
And then
it's time to wind down.
Not even. Like, if they got after school activities, what happens if they got a job or they play a sport or do anything else? Literally, they get more time with their teachers.
Yeah.
Than they do. And we just don't pay teachers enough. But regardless of that, it's like for a teacher to have to go to work and deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild.
So when you were talking about it'll be on the parents. So it's kind of hard to, yes, you want to always make sure it's locked. And so I guess, with some parents, they feel like the leniency is that, well, he's been around my gun for so long. I've been teaching him how to shoot. He knows how to do this and do that. He's never had this issue before. So that's the thing. They get lax in their approach of being a responsible gun owner because of the fact of how their kid has been performing thus far. With handling the firearm. So,
but the thing about it is too, like, not having a maturity level, and then too, everybody's different, right? Like, you got some kids, it's 12-year-olds that can handle a pistol, and it's 32-year-olds that shouldn't have a pistol, right? But the thing about that is like, if you care about guns, if you care about the Second Amendment, you have to be careful because it's like it's so many people that just want to take away gun rights. All they want to do is see people back out here with bows and arrows and machetes or some shit, right? Like, we just run around with compound bows, putting broadheads in somebody's ass if we got a problem. But if you, like, that's part of being an ambassador to the Second Amendment. It's like, if you carry a gun, if you license to carry a gun, if you own a gun, it's like you are officially an ambassador to the Second Amendment, right? Because how many people don't own guns? Like, think about you. Before you started working from home or whatever, and then when people knew that you was like not even really into guns, you just like, I like guns, I shoot them, and you became the gun expert at your job. Where it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my goodness, this is the gun expert. Hey, let's talk to Fox about this. Hey, Fox, I was thinking about getting a gun. I was thinking about going to a class, and now all of a sudden it's like, as soon as you get a gun, you're an ambassador to the Second Amendment. So people got to understand that responsibility comes with it. This ain't Charles Barkley in the NBA talking about something. I'm not a role model. It's like, if you carry a gun, we got to be responsible with it because we don't got no choice. Because people who don't know shit about guns, who think that a AR-15 is, you know what I mean, the devil's choice of weapon to send people to the bowels of hell and shit like that, who want to take gun ownership when you got all of these clowns, it's like, that's all they're looking for. Is like, here goes another reason. I bet you they're going to start talking about taking away AR-15s again. Yeah. And he didn't even use AR-15. He used a damn handgun.
Yeah, I think that the way they're pushing this too is kind of about let's have stricter gun laws. That was my take on it because you have 29 other school shootings that happened. Like, we haven't heard of where. Because
it don't make the run for the news because a lot of times it's all about politics, right? It's in how the media portrays stuff, right? So if it's not covering up a headline that you want covered up, or if it's not enough going on, and
fit the agenda.
Like I don't like. I just feel like I hate that we're in this time of year where things just have to get political towards the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
because I hate politics, but we ain't even got a goddamn budget for the country.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like, hey, smoke and mirror time, boys. Let's, you know what I mean. Let's do it big, and get these smoke and mirrors up because we about to talk about guns. So, I mean, my heart goes out to those families that were affected by this, but
the kids and those who even have to witness it too.
Yeah, like they're forever
trauma
changed.
On
they're forever changed. Like, this shooting has affected the lives, and I wonder what goes on in somebody's head. Like, didn't you say he sent a tweet or an Instagram message or something?
Yeah. So apparently, this guy he sends a Instagram message saying that he is now become death, and see you tomorrow. What's the name of the school again?
I know where my kid would have been going. I had seen that on Instagram.
Yeah, Oxford. He's like, see you tomorrow, Oxford. Because he has become deaf. Now I'm become deaf. See you tomorrow, Oxford. Like, if I saw that, I'm like,
let me tell you something.
Mama, my stomach.
Hey, I'm telling you right now. Mama, either you let me stay home or you about to get this phone call at about noon that excuse me, Mr. Jackson missed all his classes. Right. You damn right.
Missed all of them.
You damn right. Because I'm telling you right now, I ain't playing the radio, man. Dude, but the crazy thing is, like, we deal in a time now where, like, I'm wondering what's so different about the bullying now than the bullying we was, like, even the bullying before we was born. When we grew up watching them TV shows, kids was getting their head hung in the toilets and what they call it, swirlies or something like that. They, like, I ain't never seen no shit like that until I went to college, but they holding kids head over to flushing their head in toilets, and it's like, They ain't shoot up no schools. Like, what's so
Locking
different
them
now
in
that people just like,
lockers and all
nah,
that.
somebody got to get clapped.
So the thing is that so we have to realize, number one, we have to realize that this is a whole new generation that we're raising, and they aren't tough the way that they didn't grow up the way that we grew up. So the things that we think that they can deal with that, or they can handle that, or oh, you punk, or you this and you that, they really can't.
Yeah,
They can't. Our generation of kids,
it's
to
different.
me, they're soft. Okay, that's just point blank. They're soft, so they can't handle the things that I had to grow up handling and dealing with when I was in school. Even though the bullying has changed. You ask how did it change?
We used to
You're
get
talking about words, right? These kids right now are dealing with words.
Words did not take my words did not try to stab me for my Pele jacket,
right?
Or my Averex jacket when I was going home,
or get jumped, sprayed with mace and all kind of stuff.
That's the first time that I found out that dudes in the hood must river dance. When dudes tried to take my Averex, and I got 1,000 different Timberland signs all over my leather jacket. I ain't taking this off though. I'm still wearing it, so it's crazy. But they different, and the crazy thing I hate to say about it is like when I went to this leadership training, we say the same thing about every generation. Like our parents and them, they was talking that shit about we soft.
Oh yeah,
Then, but when I be looking at my grandfather and the work they used to do, I'm soft. So I mean, say what you want. That dude was he was a different type of animal. So I'm softer than the last generation. So we getting softer. But we got it. My boy Suge, he came. He said because the parents are different out here. Yeah, the parents is different. But
what do you mean the parents are different? Because if I'm raised a certain type of way, then I guess because I don't want my kids to experience what I had to go through or what I've seen in that time period, then I want to do better. I want to be better, live outside of that situation that I grew up in, and vice versa.
But that goes back to that cycle that we say, like when we talk about it, it's like. Strong men make great times. Mm-hmm. Great times make weak men. Weak men make bad times. So it's like there were strong men. This ain't the generation of like strong people. Like even our generation, it's like we're weaker than the generations before us. In certain aspects, it's like we got technology, and we got all this other stuff. So I don't know if it's so much as weaker or it's different, but we ain't getting the job done. It's the same thing with this one too. It don't matter what we record this on. So
what is it stopping again?
Yeah, it's still stopping on this program. I think we might have people like even our generation. It's like we're weaker than the generations before. And people like even our generation. It's like we're weaker than the generations before. And people like even our generation. It's like we're weaker than the generations before. And certain. Hit that again. So, I mean, we different than these generations. All these generations are completely different. We're trying to figure some stuff out. And we do, and Suge just hit it on the head, we raise our kids to, like, not miss what we had, right? So they wind up being entitled, right? And that's a lot of things that we see that's entitled. But they said the same thing about us. Like when I was looking at it from a leadership thing, they were saying that, and we talk about these kids soft. And then they talking about the kids after them is soft, and so on and so forth. But, like, when it was crazy when you was looking at it in the dynamics because they was like, oh, the kids don't talk to nobody now. They don't have the conversations that we had. And then they had a picture of like 1950s on the bus. And on the bus, everybody's sitting there reading newspaper, not saying shit to nobody. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Same type of distractions. You know, the distractions are still there. It's just different kinds, I guess you would say. I think that in dealing with this type or our kids and what they have to go through, I mean, we've seen enough of this over the years. Like parents still, like y'all still not talking to y'all kids about bullying or giving them repercussions from doing so. I mean, you know, if your kid's a jerk at home, you know, if your kids, when they go out with their friends, what the people are saying. If you don't know, you need to know.
Yeah. I mean,
you need to find out.
But I don't know. It's like, yeah, I get it. But parenting, and I'm not even trying to knock it, it's like parenting is hard now. Like, and I ain't saying it wasn't hard before, but I'm just saying it's just like the same thing that we talk about at work, how like is senior leadership, we're expected to do all of these things, but we're just expected to do so much more because it was a whole lot different. So like when my grandmother sent me outside in the morning and I ain't come home till the street lights come on. Like I got up, hell, it was like I got up when they got up. You know what I mean? Did my little stuff around there, did my little chores. I'm on the streets. I'm on the streets at dusk. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm out here on the streets on dusk on a Saturday. I don't come home until whenever. I might eat whenever. I might do whatever. I ain't have a cell phone. I ain't have a tracker. And people say, like, we lived in a different world where people wasn't doing as much wild stuff. And it's like, yeah, but we don't see too many serial killers now. So I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what the comparison is. It's like now you don't feel, like, I know some of the things that change is like, we raise them different because we don't expect people to discipline our child for us now. Like before, it was like you get ass whooping, you getting your ass struck up at school.
Yep.
And then you get your ass struck up on the block because she see, you was acting ass at school.
Your mama at work. Let me get with you real quick.
You acting ass. So it's like you can go ahead and get this work, but then you'll get home and then it's the same shit. Boom, get your ass beat. And then if you got two parents or something like that, wait till your daddy get home. Boom, get your ass beat again.
There's no community anymore.
There's no community anymore because like now, if you say something to correct anybody's kid when they doing something wrong, the first thing, don't you be saying that to my baby, this and that. Because I know a lot more parents now feel the need to try to be their kid's friend because of some reason they didn't get some type of acceptance or something like that. So they're like, well, I'm going to get this acceptance from my friend. I want to be the cool dad. I want to be this and that. Ain't none of them dudes. Like, think about the people generation or two. Think about like our parents and grandparents. They wasn't really trying to be cool with us. No. They wasn't trying to be homies with us. It was like,
my dad would tell me straight up. He was like, I ain't your friend.
Yeah, I ain't one of your little friends.
I'm your father. That's
like every black parent, every black kid that never heard from their parents. I ain't one of your little ass friends.
Yeah,
point blank period. So
absolutely. So I think that when you're talking about bullying too, so this is the reason, allegedly the reason why this kid went and did this, because he was being bullied. I think that, like I said, parents need to be more aware of their children and their behaviors at home and how they would project themselves out there in the world, right? So, like, my kids, right? Up and down, and my older kids, like, they can be real jerks. And so I look at them, but when I go out or when I send them out, I always get great reports back from my kids. I always get great reports back from other parents, things like that. So that kind of makes me like, okay, well, I guess you got some issue elsewhere, but you outside, I can trust you to do what you have to do to teach people, to treat people the way that you want to be treated based on the things that we come and we talk about together.
Yeah, I wondered about that too. Then I also wondered, just like, if you think my kid's good, how fucked up is your kids?
Right.
I don't be wanting to give motherfuckers. I don't be wanting to give them no credit. It's like, how fucked up is your kids that you think these savages that I send out in the street? You know what I mean?
You did such a great job.
You know what I mean? My 8-year-old out here G-checking people for snack time, and then people, he's so nice, he's so cute, he's so cuddly. It's like he threw a chair at you and broke your arm, lady. Like, well, he was just a little upset that day. It's like, that's why we got school shooters, because y'all think that was okay. Like, nah, that's not okay for him to throw no goddamn chairs. This ain't WWE.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm on their ass. Like, the last thing any of my kids wanted to hear growing up, the 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 17-year-old was like, hey, daddy I call it daddy coming to school. It's like, they in there about to sell their kidney. Like, look, I give you one of these kidneys right now. You old, you about to die, you need a kidney. I give you a kidney right now if you don't tell my daddy. Like, no, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming for your ass, play.
Mine stopped at preschool. So preschool was a time where I don't have to worry about them being called, them calling me, especially with my girls. And Seth, obviously, he's in kindergarten, so he's learning. But he don't want that embarrassment because I will come out and show out wherever you show out. That's where I'm going to show out. I'm telling you, and you don't want mama love like that.
You typical black mama. Like, the only thing you missing is like a bonnet or something, because he might fuck around. You pull up on him with the robe.
I'm gonna come out that cute. But you gonna get all of this work. So that's my thing. And so in school, I don't have to worry about them. Out there in the world, I don't have to worry about them. Issues and things like that, we work that stuff out or try to. And I think that parents especially need to be a little bit more aware about that, because we've heard about it so many times when you're talking about kids are being bullied. And if you do find your child being that way, I mean, and nowadays, extra precaution. Like,
precaution, gave him a pistol.
No, that's okay. Don't be doing that to that man, because they might use that. They might say you gave it to him because you knew he was being bullied, and this was you. No, do not do.
No, I'm messing around.
Do not do that. No, I think the kids too. Y'all need to be smart too. Y'all have social media at y'all disposal. And
I'm not coming to school. I see that.
Let me tell you,
I see that story on the gram.
Not even that. You got to be friends in order to do that. In order to have a story, unless it's public, and that's not somebody that they're going to look at.
Well, we also looking at it from. I mean, we looking at it from the. You know what I'm saying, with the view, hindsight 2020. Like, it's a lot of things you could look at that we done did, and you know what I mean? It's like hindsight 2020, we look at it and be like, if I was a kid right now, I would also probably rule the world with this mindset that I have. If you throw me back into a 6-year-old's body, you know what I'm saying? Throw me a 6 body, I take over the world. So,
I guess, but I think that now, especially knowing all of this, Parkland and Texas and all these different school shootings.
A lot of time homeschool.
Look, friend that child you think is weird, awkward, or whatever the case is. Friend him.
That trench coat is fire.
You keep up to date like that, and you know what's going on.
He wearing that trench coat. He wearing that trench coat with them baggy bell bottom jeans with the chains.
89 degrees.
And it's 89 degrees in Georgia heat, 120% humidity. Become his bestest friend. I'm talking about. I'm breaking him off half my candy. I break that Snicker. Hey.
Did you want this?
You good?
No. Okay.
Hey, somebody laugh at him or something like that. I'm burying that laugh deep down inside. Like, hey, man, why y'all mess with him?
Right. They don't, the bystander thing, like, that's my thing. Nobody's brave enough. You know it's wrong. You feel it, but nobody's brave enough to step up. And they just want to stand aside and be a bystander. You can't. You can't when things like that are going on.
But it's difficult to make those type of choices and decisions when you're a kid because it's people who did it when we was kids.
Not a lot of people rise to the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, everybody ain't able to be no hero. Like, everybody ain't able to be no hero. You see somebody, but dudes, think about how many times you've seen dudes talking cold cash shit about, I do this, I do that in the fight. No, all this shit about I'm tough. And then they see their homeboy getting thumped by 3 or 4 dudes. Like, man, I'm telling you, man, homie, we down for each other. We gonna do this, that, and the third. And then he over there getting river danced on, the old boy on the sidelines like, that's crazy. And then be like, yeah, I was about to, yeah, they, you know what I mean? He getting river danced on, and then they like, oh, now he got some, man, they was holding me back. I couldn't get over there. So people, like, I mean, we got to figure this out. Because we cannot live like this. With this stream right here. Me back, I couldn't get over there. Me back, I couldn't get over there. Me back, I couldn't get over. Me back, I couldn't get over there. So, I mean, people got crazy excuses. I mean, it is what it is. But that's what it kind of made me think, like, I understand the importance. It made me think about when we were saying it earlier about the importance of homeschooling.
Yeah. So, and I was just about to go into that, too, about when you said homeschooling. It makes me feel like we really do need to start taking this type of thing seriously. But then at the end of the day, you are isolating your children, too, from being a part of a world that's already stricken with all kinds of social isolations, or they may be isolating themselves. I think parents now, so we see homeschooling has been on the rise for the past 3 years now.
Yeah.
3 years now, it's been on the rise. COVID put a monkey wrench in it. They put a monkey wrench in it due to COVID about those trends of school shootings. That's what the monkey wrench was put in. They wasn't in school to have it. Imagine if it. You're right.
I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody shooting around here in this house with me. Ain't nobody shooting. Like, but Tony said metal detectors. Metal detectors. I mean, metal detectors help, but I think that's kind of one of them things where it's like how modern medicine is, where at that point you're dealing with the symptoms instead of the problem. Yeah. Right? Like you over here like, oh, well, I feel tired because I got cancer. So here's something to give you energy. I still got cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's I think that's dealing more with the symptoms. But I mean, at this point, man, they might as well just I don't know how much metal detectors cost, man, but go on, drop that second librarian or something because them kids ain't using the Dewey Decimal System, and go on, let them rock. Throw a metal detector up or something. Throw a Band-Aid on it for now.
But like you said, it's the Band-Aid. My thing is, too, like when you're talking about school counselor, typically there's only one. You got one school counselor, maybe 2, for like all these kids.
My school counselor saved my. If it wasn't for my school counselor,
we need more funding for that purpose right there, and we need them to be more approachable too. I mean, I'm not sure what every policy, every school has something different that they implement in regards to the guidance counselor or the school counselor or whatever. Yeah. They come to them. Sometimes I believe that it doesn't hurt a counselor to just go and do checks, be friendly to these kids so they can feel you being warm to them as somebody they can trust to talk to.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, like I probably wouldn't have made it through high school because I started going down the wrong track, and I had a great counselor in Miss Hart, but when I mean, it was a guidance counselor named Alicia McMahon. Miss Mann, oh my God. I'm talking about like that woman was like my second mother. When I'm talking about like somebody say something to school, I'm gonna be like, man, whatever, this and that, da da da. Like one of the security guards start popping off. I'm like, hey, bro, you know what? About 220, man, I'll bust your ass. You know what I mean? Then they'll be like, we about to go get Miss Mann. It's like, well, you know, come on now. You know what I mean? She got my grandmother on the hotline. My gym teacher, Miss Hewitt, she got my grandmother on the hotline. You know what I mean? The principal we had got at the time, he got my grandmother on the hotline. Everybody just bang Nana. Because when I get home, Nana up here like, oh, this what we doing? Oh, this what we doing. And it's like, And I just didn't want to break that woman's heart. It wasn't like she passed out trying to whoop my ass at that age, but you know what I mean. It's like she a foot shorter than me. I got about 100 and something pounds. She'll be tired as hell trying to whoop me. But it's just you ain't want to disappoint that woman because she did so much, because she means so much to me. You know, that's my baby. But I think I think homeschooling, like, but it's just like what we was talking about with the leadership thing. It's like we're just overburdened with so much shit to throw in homeschool. Like a lot of times for you to do homeschool, like my homie, him and his wife, they do homeschool. They got like a whole community, and they doing it the way things should be. But it's like that takes living in a completely different type of idea of how things should be, right? Like you're gonna have to make less money because his wife doesn't work. It's a straight traditional. They old school with it. Like he goes out, he works. Talking about Dave, right? Like, so he goes out, he works, military, goes out, got a whole nother business, 4 boys, beautiful wife, beautiful family, or whatever. And that's how they do it. They homeschool the boys. They got a community of people. They kind of co-op some of the things that they do. And that's the way to go. But it just takes so much extra stuff, knowledge, land, finances, and everything like that. And he had a good gang of knowledge that he got on how to operate that way from his dad and them. You know what I'm saying?
And too, it must be exhausting too for the parents.
Yeah,
you know,
dealing with your kids all the time,
24/7. Like, hey, your kid. My mom would say, "Hey, your kids, you need to be with them every day." Anyway,
nah. And the words of the great Michael Jordan, fuck them kids.
Yeah, so I think that dealing with homeschooling every day is challenging because it's just that overwhelming thought of, oh my God, I'm here with them all the time. They drive me crazy. I have no peace. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna operate under this stress? I mean, I feel as though, you know, if you're a parent that homeschools, there has to be some kind of release afterwards.
Yeah,
there has to be some kind of routine, aftercare in reference to that, because you're gonna need it.
You're gonna need it.
You need it. We need it on the weekends. I feel
like if you was homeschooling, I come in here and be like, "Hey, baby," and just set to be flying at me at the door.
I mean, usually when he come home, he talks a mile a minute, like just getting off work.
Incoherent squirrel noises.
It's crazy. I can't even function. I can't think. It's just always, you hear him in the background. Like my brain can't settle. I can't settle because you go after work, mommy mode, and you know it's all these different things thrown at you one by one by one by one. So
just bring me the toy to put together. Here you go.
I know.
You want to go ride bikes? You know.
I know, right? Would you guys do homeschooling? Let me see what y'all think over there in the comments. I see we have some comments up there.
Yeah, I don't went through those. Yo, do you want to get into that can't make this shit up right now, or do you have something else you want to get into first? Because that can't make this shit up, that shit is wild.
I don't know if they're ready for that can't make this shit up.
Okay, what else you got then? What else you got?
They ready for that?
Okay.
Let's go into it. Let's go into it.
Can't make this shit up. Run that shit fast.
Look, guys. So, Georgia woman.
We killing it down here, baby.
I saw this on something. I think you posted.
I posted it because one of the homies from my gun group had posted it up, and
I was like, is that fake? And then I went to look.
Sure, yeah.
That's real. That's real life. So this woman, she was a video.
She did like OnlyFans Chatterbait.
Yeah, Chatterbait.
Which I thought that's a very creative name.
Exactly.
I never heard of it, but it's
masturbate?
Chat
No,
and masturbate.
Yeah,
that
was dope.
Yeah, you got a little. I hear you.
When they said that, they're probably like, aha.
Hey, that was one of the moments like, man, we need them to be chatting while they masturbating.
We're
gonna call it master chat. No. Hold on, run it back.
Chat and masturbate. Chatterbait. Smart.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So that's probably what happened. But on this thing, this lady, and I want to identify her.
Somebody.
I want to. She's a webcam model. Okay, she's 27 years old, out of Georgia. Lauren Hunter Damon. Okay, 27 years old, accidentally discharges a weapon. So they said 9mm handgun while alone in her bedroom the morning of November 9th. Okay, and she discharges the handgun vagina. In her vagina.
Now, so the fact that they talked about this article and they said that the woman like walked in because she got roommates and shit. So she walked in and she like, yo, I just shot myself in the box. Like, and Fox like, how you walk and you shoot yourself in the mouth?
Look.
So Fox up here thinking she got, like, she must be in there like, pleasuring herself with the
thought
barrel of said firearm.
That's the only thing I
and
would think
shot it up.
about why a gun would be used for a porn video. Okay,
I don't know. She was
she
double
probably
so
was
yeah, that's
just,
fair enough. But I feel like if you shoot,
it's chatterbait. So
if you shot yourself in the vaginal canal, I feel as though like
You
you might
dead.
you sitting down. You
You
ain't walking. You
dead.
ain't walking over with that. You sitting down. Like that's wild.
you dead. Okay, that's how you ain't no walking after that. But it says that this woman shot herself. She walked out into the living room where someone's mother was. I don't know if it was her mother or one of her roommates' mothers was there with a granddaughter. So I'm assuming it's probably her child. It didn't say how many women were in the home, but and she told them it was an accident. I shot myself.
My whole thing that's crazy about it is like one. You know how much a prop gun costs? Like you can get like just
Oh my God.
you can get a prop gun if you for whatever reason that you thought that this is the way to get people in there, something
She
like
thought
that.
it
Like,
was Sekase.
hey, man, I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing sexy about
No,
shitty
but
gun safety.
if
That
you
would have
gonna do
turned
that,
me off.
If you even gonna do that,
Take the
why not?
goddamn mag out,
Thank
rack the
you.
round out the damn chamber.
Thank you.
Like, I
why
mean-
not check just in case?
But I'm gonna tell you, it's 4 universal safety rules, and don't none of them include masturbating with a
Just
firearm.
in case. Okay, even if she want to do that, it probably had a long barrel or something. Maybe she wanted to, if she had viewers, she had fans watching her while she was making this porn video. So I assumed that she was,
You know,
getting it in with the gun. But then
I'd be stroking.
why even put your hand? Why even put your finger
Poor
on the trigger?
discipline. She
Why
ignored
even-
all the universal safety rules.
You ain't. First of all,
Need to cut a
you got a
legendary
real-
operations.
you have a
If you gonna
real
be out
gun.
here, first of all, we can get you a prop gun. We can get you a
yes,
prop gun.
you got a real
You out
gun.
here Alec Baldwin yourself in the vagina because
Right.
you out here with no gun safety.
You didn't check to see if it was an actual round in there, right?
How is that not something that you worried about? Like every time I
Just
pick
a
a
whole
gun
ass
up, like,
gun.
you know what I'm saying? Every time I pick a gun up, I'm gonna do a press check or something, even though that's frowned upon these days. I got to do something, and it's like you out here just like whatever
Right,
you
getting
do.
it in.
I don't even like
I
having
wish
my
they
gun
would have
around
saw
me
that.
naked.
Then,
But I don't even want a gun around me while I'm naked. Like if I got a gun around me while I'm naked, somebody dying. Because I'm not out here posing in the mirror like, rubbing these suds off. Let me grab my shower pistol. Yeah. No, you wild as hell. Like, well, what is you doing? Like that's the stupid shall be punished. And like people like that, it's like I would have slowed up her medical services because it's like you need not to procreate anymore.
I just thought about something. I was like, well, maybe when the gun went off, she was like having an orgasm at that time, and
Yeah,
that kind of
That's a hell of an orgasm. But
that's kind of. But I'm just saying that would kind of justify why.
nothing justifies this.
Well, I'm just how she would pull the trigger and that because them convulsions kind of serious. So
Yeah, and that's
know.
the last one you're gonna have because you just circumcised
is.
yourself. She just got a
So,
circumcision.
she's not dead. If anybody wants to know that, she is not dead. She didn't die. I would be
If she
dead.
was, I'd still be getting these jokes.
I would
off.
be dead because my thing is like you shoot in there like you talking about you have organs and everything. I don't know where it was shot. I wish I could see her diagram or
You know, you want to go. You
X-ray.
want to subscribe
need
to
to
her
see-
Chatterbait.
I'm
See,
about, I'm about to go to her chatterbait.
how much is this? How much is this? What, $5, $10? I need to see.
I need to see the
this hamburger
wound.
meat.
Was there exit wound? I need to know. Like, is it still lodged?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell
She
you.
she was discharged a
that
couple
shit look
days
like,
later.
That shit gotta look like a Philly cheesesteak right now.
She ain't having no sessions no time soon.
No time soon. Nah, you out
Zero.
here.
I want to know
outta
where
here.
the bullet went. I almost want to reach out to her. Be like, hey, I'm sorry. This
You know
happened
how
to
you know
but
her DMs are more full now than they ever been. Like when she ever
Can you
drop that
tell
next
me?
video, she gonna be like,
Everybody
hey,
wanna
y'all
see.
ready to see this?
Y'all want to see my bullet wound?
$50.
All right, so that's crazy. I can't make this shit up. Okay.
Can't make that shit up. 'Cause I'm telling you, it's so many things wrong with that. I need some more.
It hurts me just to even think about that.
It hurt her to
Okay?
think about it too.
No, I didn't, cause she she went through it. Okay.
No, it hurt her
The
to
fact
think
that
about
she
it right
walked
now.
is like miraculous to me. Like what?
Yeah.
What
That
kind
she
of
walked
being
up-
are you?
Yo, you know what was crazy? So my homegirl, she told me about this story about this lady who did she have a child or she had a kid? No, she didn't. So she got like raped, battered, bruised. Like dude stabbed her and like disemboweled her.
Oh my god.
Like I'm talking about like 40 stabs to the midsection. I mean, like the shit bananas, like 40 stats to the midsection, all of this other crazy shit. Anything you could think of. Like beat her, bruised her, battered her, raped her, stabbed her a whole bunch of times, all this other shit. This lady got up. This lady got up, walked back out from her car, like wherever she was, walked out to the road to go get help and passed out. When I mean, with her guts in her hand.
Oh my God, that's
so
crazy.
the ability for some people, I just want to know like what told that woman to keep pushing. Because I'm telling you, I might have just laid there and be like, yeah, well, show's over, boys. Like I don't know if I got the will to keep going, but
that's crazy. So many miraculous things that happen to us, and we survive. And we have that will to
some
survive.
shit you could avoid. Like that woman was unfortunate who couldn't avoid like that man. I don't know what the exact. I don't remember what all the details were, but whatever happened to her, was like that's a shitty situation. Somebody did something to you. But old girl who shot herself,
yeah, she could have
in the
avoided
privates, she could have avoided that shit so many ways. Like I mean,
that's funny to me. I'm sorry because I'm like, what will possess you in your mind? Like
yeah,
the mind of people.
I
is
gotta
just,
live dangerously.
Why?
Get him out of here, man. Nah, get him out of here. That's wild.
For why? Okay.
What could be the pure entertainment value? What could be the pure entertainment value on that, right?
They want to see her doing something dangerous, I guess. I
yeah,
don't know.
you could have told people like, do you had to be that dangerous? It was like, yeah, fully loaded mag, and I would have hit you with the old. Put the empty mag in. You could have put snap caps in there. You could have put snap caps in there where nobody even had to notice.
Donald Gustafson said,
"And all the homies getting on this.
Homies getting in on this."
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy. So, what have you been watching lately?
Ooh, let's talk about that show. So I guess while we're gonna get it off, we'll get the first two ones that we missed off. Okay. So everybody, we keep forgetting every time to get on here to talk about Squid Games.
Yeah.
We watched Squid Games when it was still hot before everybody. Well, people were starting to watch it while it still had the buzz, and then we just a month later we forgot to ever talk about it. But Squid Games, I like Squid Games. Hated the last episode. Yeah. So, spoiler alert, if you're looking, if you ain't seen Squid Games, you might want to skip about the next 2 minutes of this podcast because we about to talk about some Squid Games. But not even 2 minutes, really. I think it was a good show. I think it shows how shitty we are as people.
It definitely shows how shitty we are as people and the desperation of us. Yeah. You know, I hate desperation. That's my shit. Like, I can be desperate. Like, that's just like, even the universe frowned upon that energy. Anything that somebody has or wants and they're just so fucking desperate. Oh, I'm sorry, cuz I don't use the F-bomb. We're going to have to edit that. My bad. So, when they're so desperate, that's why you don't get it. Because the universe is like, ugh. It's like, no. Turn away. Yes, I totally feel that. I hate that spirit of desperation. Like, keep it away from me.
No, so I thought it was a dope show. The last episode made me mad because realistically, through all that show was crazy when everybody did everything that they did, all the shit that they've been through. But when old boy went to that goddamn plane, I was going to the plane and then got that phone call and was like, turned around, it's like, you ain't seen your daughter or nothing. Right. You just chose to be a trash parent.
Right.
Like, you the second worst parent in the movie era because number one shitty parent is if anybody ever watched Dragon Ball Z is Goku. If anybody ever watched Dragon Ball Z is Goku, shittiest dad. Terrible dad. It's like, you out here saving the universe. Cool. Your son don't know how to ride a bike and he's 36. Like, you trash, man. Like, you know what I mean? You garbage, but... That was it. We saw
Harder They
Fall. If you like Tombstone, it's like the Black Tombstone.
Let me tell you something. I love Tombstone. Tombstone is one of my favorite westerns ever, right? So I love the fact that this was flipped and it was African American cast. So that's always my thing. And the comedic value of it was dope. I love that, and I love the fact that they still had the badasses. I love the badasses. They had that Doc Holliday. Yeah,
they had that moxie about them. Like, hey,
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, now I'm telling you. So, who's your favorite character out of How Did They Fall?
So, my favorite character was, I forgot his name though, because we only saw one.
What did he do?
The one who thought that he was the fastest.
The fastest?
Yeah.
I like that kid, but I'm gonna tell you who my number one is.
He was full of like ego and just like, that young Brontley bully kind of
10 feet tall bully.
Yeah, I love that.
Swag.
Yeah, I love that.
You know who my number one was?
What?
Cherokee Bill. Because Cherokee Bill was about none of the bullshit. Yeah. Because he gave him some insight when the kid that came up, the quick draw kid came up and asked him like, hey, I heard you did all of this shit and you shoot people and this and that. Like, nah, I shoot people that talk too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said I shoot people that talk too much.
That comes with experience because he probably was just like that at
Yeah,
one point.
you know what?
Yeah.
But the problem is, you know what? Nobody, it's one-sided stories. Because you know who ain't talking? Whoever just tried to get their gun out of the holster on Cherokee
That's
Bill.
true.
He ain't doing it. Like, I shoot people. So he told him that, and then he want to do the slow-ass count, doing all this dancing and everything else.
Yeah,
Cherokee Bill pulled one
No, he
slam
wasn't
through
doing
his
that,
head.
but you know.
Yeah.
He might as well have done that.
Yeah, and right to death. He danced his ass right into a round to the head. You know what? And I respect Cherokee Bill. What I'm about to sit here and find out?
And
You
wait for
faster
you
than
to
me
finish
for.
pop locking.
Yeah, I had pop lock and drop it.
He did not pop lock, guys, but he might as well.
Might as well have.
As long as he was taking.
That's why his ass dead. That's why he ain't even get to reach the climax of that movie. Cherokee Bill handled his ass, and I respect Cherokee Bill because who about to take an L? What? You taking an L over that? I'm trying to live.
So what I liked about the movie was the plot twist at the end, which I knew. I was like, "That's your brother." Yes, it made sense. And so, sorry if y'all ain't seen it, but y'all late anyway.
Spoiler.
You're late anyway. You should have been saw it. That they were brothers, and that's the reason why they both were so good at what they did in the first place.
Yeah,
Makes
it was
sense.
good from the leadership team. What I would have wanted more from Idris Elba was a little more like cowboy scene. But his fight scene was like, I'm just getting it done. Like, old boy jabbed him a couple times, hit him with this and that, and then he rocked the old boy, and the old girl handed him the pistol so smooth. Boom, handed the pistol so smooth, he hit him with the pistol.
It was a lot of dialogue.
It was a
for
lot of
Idris
dialogue.
Elba and not enough action. When you have a
star-studded
star-studded cast
cast,
like
yeah.
that, it's always a lot of dialogue. In all the movies I've ever seen with star-studded cast, four or more, it's always like that. There's not enough action.
Yeah, it ain't enough food at the table
Yes,
to get
to
everybody to eat.
right?
It's
Because
like
we
you
would go
can't
for
expect-
days.
Yeah, you can't expect nobody to get a 50-point
It'll be-
game in an All-Star game.
It'll be
Like,
longer than a Marvel movie. So
yeah.
So we
But
have to do that.
But the thing is, I love the fact that they left it open for another one.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
old girl's still alive.
Old girl's
with
still
the shit. 'Cause
alive,
you could kind of
yes.
see even when they was talking about like, I believe in your vision, I was doing this and that. She was on that shit like,
Oh, she gonna
this
carry
is my
it.
dream. You
She
know what I
gonna
mean? I'm
carry
gonna
it.
push this shit through. I'm gonna push this community through. I'm gonna push all of this stuff through. This is my dream that I want to run. So like,
I kind of know how the next one would go anyway. So if they did make another
Steven
one.
Spielberg.
I'm just telling you, my mom be like, "How you on point with the movie?" And you gotta give my props. And so this next one we're on now is Hellbound.
Hellbound. Yo, if you ain't checked out Hellbound, we
Check.
3 episodes in on Hellbound.
Check out Hellbound.
Yeah. So on Hellbound, they got So basically, it's a Korean movie, and I already was like, "Yo, I might buy in this Korean movie because we watched
All of them.
No, I'm talking about what was the name of the show we just
Squid
said?
Games.
Squid Games, yeah. So we just watched Squid Games, and boom, they do it. And what you got to think of, what a lot of people don't know, is like a lot of these movies are brought from a lot of these Asian movies, especially Korean. Like it was a movie, a old B or C movie, however you want to call it, called Battle Royale. That's what all of these movies, like all of these movies that you're seeing, it's like the Hunger Game type movies and stuff like that, where people get dropped somewhere and they got to survive and people get killed. They come from Battle Royale.
They have some of the best stories.
Yeah, they got
guys.
some of the
Asian
best
films.
stories. Like if you
have
can
the
sit there and
best
look, and it
stories.
look even better if you. It's better if you do it with the subtitles.
Yeah, just
But-
read through it.
But it's just that's all I got to read.
I know, just read through it. And you know what? It's so weird. At one point in my life, I could only watch movies with subtitles.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch a movie without them. That was crazy, right? I don't know how it happened. I couldn't watch a movie without subtitles. I needed them.
Yeah,
It
fair
was
enough.
weird.
So
And I don't know how I got out of it. I just did. I don't know.
I don't know, but like subtitles is where it's at. But so if you ain't seen Hellbound, so the way Hellbound go down is basically some type of apparition type thing. I don't know if it's an angel or what. They ain't really. Damn it. Here we go. It's gonna go. We're gonna figure this
How
out.
y'all
Apparition
doing
type
anywhere
thing.
in
I don't know.
there?
Apparition
In the
type
room
thing. I don't know if
today.
it's an
How y'all
angel.
doing? What y'all thinking
Apparition
about? What
type
y'all thinking
thing.
about
I don't
what
know
we
if it's an
saying so
angel.
far? What
Apparition
y'all thoughts
type
are
thing. I don't know if
we've
it's an
already
angel.
talked about. Say something. Don't sit there looking with your looking ass.
So I don't know if it's like an angel apparition, like what it is, but basically it appears to them and tells them when they gonna die. So it'll tell you like, yo, it'll say your name. So it'll be like, you know what I mean, Fox, you're going to die in 5 days at 3 p.m. and you're bound for hell.
The hell
Or
I
whatever.
am.
And then it slides off like, then go on, you on about your life. So now, So now it's like people are getting this, and it's been happening for a while, but now it's happening more frequently to the point. So basically, that happened, and it starts off with a dude, and he in his sweating, you know what I mean? He's shaking like a junkie in a holding cell. He in his sweating, losing his mind, this and that. He had a coffee shop. And then you hear like a little bit of ominous music or whatever. And you know, I pick ominous because that's what the subtitles always say when it's scary music. Come on, ominous music or something. Yeah, so it's like, boom, and then these 3 flame-broiled gorilla type bit, like from the upper body, they look like gorillas, and on the bottom, they
You
look
know,
like
they
all
always, every time I see them, they remind me of, what's the guy from Fantastic Four, the one that look like Stone?
The Thing.
Yeah, the
Ben
Thing.
Grimm.
Duh, I said the Thing.
The Thing. Ben Grimm.
Yeah, they look like the Thing, and they just really big, brolic, but they all
they got
smoke
that,
shadow.
Yeah, they like that smoke shadow. But around here, they got a lot of silverback going on.
They got silverback.
Around here. They got some silverback vibes going on up here in the upper body, and they just come. So they just show up, and it's always 3 of them. And they show up and like basically they just pop out of nowhere and fuck up somebody's property and start chasing whoever it is. So they start chasing you, fuck up a whole bunch of people's cars and apartments and everything else depending on how far you run. And then they get a hold of you. And they don't just kill you.
Why?
They beat the dog shit out you
my
for
thing
about.
is like, why they gotta do that? You come and take me to hell, like, just grab me, grab my soul. You like same song, just grab my soul.
No.
And do what you gotta do. Like, why you gotta throw me, slam me, beat me
Warm
up?
up.
That's
Warm
warm
up.
up for what you're gonna be
You gotta get a
experiencing
warm up.
when you
It's
go
like,
to hell.
hey, you think this shit bad? Like I'm talking about like if you ever seen 3 dudes jump on somebody's ass, like, and I'm talking about 3 professional jumpers. I ain't talking about 3 dudes who just want to beat somebody up. I'm talking about 3 dudes who've been jumping, the same 3 dudes who've been jumping people all summer, and they got this shit down to a science.
Them people, them
motherfuckers right there. I'm talking about straight black Air Force One energy. Like them
it's
dudes
not
with
that black Air Force
high
One.
top black Air Force One strapped
Hey,
in.
they came for business.
With the purple do-rag energy, you know
They
what I'm saying?
came
It's
to
like
do
them
it to
dudes
it.
coming in and river, like they will beat the dog shit out of you, and then basically they'll get together, hit this little weird Superman pose, and then they'll fry you
fry
like
your ass
they microwave
with the
you.
light.
Yeah, they microwave you and you go. And apparently, from what they say, like I mean, the apparition stage is gonna go to hell.
They were talking about it being like for your sins, so they have this whole blog and all these different things going on.
Do we want to go that
internet
far and give
about-
it to them because they might want to get into this show? You got a
I need
chance
to
to
know
still
what
get
the
in this
sins
show.
are. That's what I just want to
Yeah,
say.
so
I need to know what
yeah, what they
sins
telling
are,
you is
man.
like, yo, because it's like all these like heretic groups and stuff, and they try to find out why.
Yes.
You got it right, so they go dig up your. Basically, they just like it's like when you get shot.
It's like, oh,
it's
no,
like
you
if you
don't.
get shot
You're
by
not
the
dead.
police, and it's up like, let's find out. He skipped his taxes. He did this and that. He robbed of this and that. He did everything. He
They
was selling
try to-
Lucy's.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like let's find every terrible thing he ever did.
So they were
and
thinking
put
this
that
for
out.
those who were the sinful,
But I'm telling you right now, after
it's
watching
a good
episode
movie.
3,
Watch
I'm
it.
not
We're watching
really sure
it
what's going on.
currently. I don't know, right? I don't know anymore now. But let's continue to watch, guys. And
So
we'll
me
talk
and-
about, we might have a watch party. We should have a watch party.
we gotta
and
watch right,
it.
share the screen, and just be sitting there like, because you
Like,
know, I can figure
yo.
out the stream thing. We can put the screen up, and they can watch it with us, and we just over there with the reactions, like, oh. But I don't want people to watch me for 30 minutes looking at the show when I'm over there eating Cheetos and looking ridiculous. No,
I'm throwing my leg on your back.
bye. No, we don't need all that. But so getting to Hellbound, and
Watch
we
Hellbound.
planning on the next show that we're gonna kind of incorporate is I want to watch this documentary on who killed Malcolm X. Homegirl put me on.
We're gonna watch it tonight,
Yeah.
right?
I want to get into this documentary of who killed Malcolm X. So what we're gonna be talking about here and there is we're gonna be talking about Hellbound. If something else pop up that y'all think dope, we might look at that too.
Yeah, let us
and then we
know.
also gonna be getting into the documentary of who killed Malcolm X, and it's particularly that I want to get into it because the dudes who got the 2 dudes who was locked up for killing Malcolm X,
Yeah,
they got exonerated
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. the
after
other day.
they
Like
done
last
did their
week.
time.
Yeah.
So they done did their time. The crazy thing is, who killed Malcolm X says who really did it, and all of these dudes is from my city.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of these dudes is from my city or whatever like that. So I was probably in the masjid going to Juma because they said he went to the masjid on or the mosque. However people want to take it. He went to the one that's on Bergen and South Lawn Ave. That's one that like a lot of us went to. So it's like we done probably ran into this dude, thought he was OG.
Oh,
He
that'd
built a
be
youth center.
interesting.
He wound up being a boxing coach. I might have boxed for this dude.
That might
Or
be
something like that.
that'd
And
be
I'm just
interesting
like,
for us to,
this might
explore.
this might affect me when I get done watching. Like
Oh,
this might
Lord.
affect me. Like I might be feeling like I'm gonna call my godfather and be like, "Hey, so you just knew that this dude popped Malcolm X and you ain't say nothing?
Oh Lord.
Like I'm about to have some feelings about this. You know what I mean? And the dude who did the
You gonna go pop
documentary is a
him?
Muslim.
Is he dead? The other guy who they said did it?
No, he just died like 2 years ago.
I just said, is he dead?
Oh,
You
I thought you said
he just died.
Yeah, he just died like 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh yeah. So Rob said the King Richard movie was good. We need
Okay,
to check
with
that
Will
out too.
Smith and
Yeah, we need to check
doing
it out.
Serena
Too.
and
The crazy
William.
thing that I heard about that one is the amount of backlash that movie got because from the feminist community or whatever about like, oh, these women and did so much great stuff. How would they make a movie about their dad? The executive producers on the movie.
Well, that's kind of like the community. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is like the executive producers of that movie are the Williams sisters.
Yeah.
So it's like this is how they wanted the movie to be done.
For their dad.
For
they
their dad.
Did it for their dad.
Because their dad made it.
They
And
hold their dad
and
to
then
this
people
regard.
trying to shit on him about he had other kids and he did this and that. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about everything he did wrong.
I know. Yeah. So, okay.
We talking about what he got right. Them damn sisters.
Yeah. So the sister, Sabrina, I think that was her name.
Serena?
Nope. I think the
Sabrina?
older sister. I think
Oh,
that
I
her
only
name
know
is
Serena and
Sabrina.
Venus.
I think her
That's
name
your
is
other personality.
Sabrina.
You sure we ain't talking about your other personality?
Her name's Sabrina too, but it could be. But
One
I
of
don't
your
remember.
5 personalities that I got to deal with?
Yeah, it's 5 of them.
I got 5.
We'll talk about that in another podcast, y'all. Okay, my other people. Anyway, so she was stating, she made a statement like she is 100% disconnected from the father, and he left her when she was little, and her mom was pregnant. There's another child apparently or something, and she feel just discontent about everything. Like, how do you leave your child and then all of a sudden raise a new family and not even come see, be, or acknowledge his family?
I don't even mean to be a dick about it, but you know how many people got deadbeat fathers?
I know. It's a lot.
Hey,
okay, but it doesn't mean that it make it right, nor that pain goes away.
It don't make it right, but you know what make people feel like they get that voice and they want to say something about it? Because the Williams sisters was so phenomenal. So it's like, damn, Dad, if you had to put that energy in me, like if my bum ass daddy had went and made. If he had went and made like some phenomenal kids that went and did all this stuff because he raised them, that's why you feel that type of way. It's not even that I care. Like right now, you know what? I'm the most successful thing that ever came out of this ball sack.
No,
point blank period.
I do think that still, regardless if they weren't successful, that she would feel that way. Like, how you just gonna leave me and Ma
he done raised some of my cousins
and
God
raise other kids? Like, how are you gonna go and do that?
He done raised some of my cousins. I love.
We have to. I'm not talking about your dad.
Fuck him. Well, not good.
I'm talking about. Okay, we got some other issues going on. You all right, baby? Come on, I love you. It's gonna be all right. That's okay. You a grown man now. You got it.
Grown as hell.
That's right.
Raising kids, figuring out building the car while I'm going down the street.
Anyway, that's we're gonna watch that though. King Richard. We heard
he said it's 3 hours. He said it's damn near 3 hours long.
Ooh, is it action? I like action.
Yeah, tennis.
Movies.
What you think it's gonna be? They're gonna
and
be fighting.
Love and love movies and warm stuff like The Notebook and Love Jones. That's my favorite movie because I love poetry and shit. Okay, what is that?
He's talking about people speak out once they feel like other people got something they didn't, and they feel left out.
I don't think it's just that though, Boss Man Jr. I think it's the fact that if they didn't have it, like I said, I think that she would still feel that way. Like, how you just gonna leave me and Ma and raise this whole other family? What about me? I'm yours too, Dad. So she would have still felt that way.
Let me tell you about this. If you had to look around the time a Harder They Fall was, you know what dads was doing when they got tired of women's shit? Keep nagging if you want to. I'm going to get a soda and a pack of cigarettes.
Anyway, they ain't have soda. They had cow's milk. That's
and
why whiskey and bourbon. Yes.
And that's why so many kids was getting bred by the milkman. Anyway, so you got a gun in your head, Fox?
Would you want gun to your head?
Hold on. Am I hitting the switch? Let me hit the switch, baby.
Hey. Delay.
That pause.
I don't like that pause. It takes too long, don't y'all think? It's just like chick click, and it's like wait, boop, wait for it.
Because it's a shotgun. You
gotta aim it. You gotta get it focused.
You know what I mean? All right, Fox. What's the gun in your head?
Gun in your head. Would you want to know the time and date for your ass to go to hell?
Well, I gotta go to hell. Lord. God damn.
Would you want to know the time and date for you to leave this realm?
Or just keep doing what I'm doing right now?
or keep doing what you're doing right now in ignorance and not know.
So, all right. I would want to know. I want to know when I'm going. I would want to know when I'm going. You know why? This is the funny thing about it, right? Like, if I know when I'm going, so you telling me that that's written. So if I jump off a bridge, if I do whatever, I'm going to live. Like, the worst you could do is do some crazy. I'm doing whatever I want. Let me know when I'm going out. Because that's going to change the way I talk to people. Like, the same way that I talk to people when I was like, you know what, I'm going to let this shit slide. You're going to die in 3 days. I ain't letting shit slide.
Yeah.
I'm knocking all this shit over.
Like, why hold it? Let me just get it out.
Yeah, I'm about to get everybody to business. What you mean? It's like, if you about to tell me that I am about to die, and I know when I'm gonna die, like they told one dude, he gonna die in like 20 years. Like, damn, you a kid. Like, what did you do while you was a kid for them to be like 20 years you going to hell? Right. Because I feel as though it can't be nothing that he was gonna do.
That's in Hellbound, guys. That's what we talking about.
Hellbound. I feel like it's nothing that he was gonna do. Because of the fact, like, you changed his trajectory of life by telling him that. No. Because if you never told him that, he probably would have did whatever the hell he was going to do. But when you tell somebody, like, yo, you going to hell in 20 years. If I'm going to hell in 20 years, I'm not doing. I ain't doing no charity.
I'm already going. So
I ain't doing no charity. I ain't wearing no rubbers. I'm drinking all the liquor I want.
Oh, my God, really? No rubbers? You had to add that part in there?
Yes, all of that. I'm telling you right now, like what they say in the Bible, he prefer you be hot or cold. If you lukewarm, he'll spit you from his mouth. Let me tell you something. He going to know I'm a hot boy. Like, I'm out here, I'm on fire.
Is on fire.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming in there, guns are blazing. Like, when I get to hell, the devil gonna be like, hey, bro, you killed that shit. Hey.
I might.
Hey, so what you thinking?
Me, I used to think that I would want to know, and I like, part of me still do, but part of me still do. I'm sorry, that was like Spanish, Korean, whatever.
That was not a full sentence. Incoherent fox noises.
A part of me still do kind of feel like I want to know, only because I want to be able to prepare my kids. However, I would just say that I wouldn't want to know. And I wouldn't want to know because I think that takes away the free will of the situation. Like, for me to, because by him saying, like you said, you would have done everything. Like, I'm going to hell. Well, you know, let me just.
You take away the free will. That's that shit. Don't try to tell me I'm getting laid off on Friday and think you about to get dope ass work on Tuesday. I'm on your ass, bucko.
So I want to be able to make the choices that I want to make on my own, in my own thought process, without thinking that, oh, my life might end tomorrow at 3 p.m. or whatever, you know?
No,
so wait, how's that being told on your birthday? You about to die in the next X amount of days, and at
I want that 20-year joint.
She was told, like, on her birthday, as her kids singing happy birthday to her.
Yeah, singing on her birthday. Happy birthday to hell. 5 days, right. 3 p.m. Like, damn, dog, you couldn't wait till tomorrow and say 4 days. Let me have this one good day.
Watch Hellbound. So
yeah, what Hellbound dope? But
I would,
so you would pick.
Yeah, I would pick not knowing now. Not knowing. The only reason why I would pick knowing is because I want to prepare my kids. But if I don't know, I still want to be able to make my own choices and do my own thing.
Hey, everybody who think I'm a decent person, you'll find out the real me if some apparition come and tell me, and I know it's legit. Legend Jackson, you're going to die in 5 years.
He gotta have an apparition tell him that. Okay. I know the real him. I don't need no apparition to come and tell him that. But y'all will find out, though.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm coming to.
He really is.
I'm coming to work, and I swear to God, all y'all feelings better be in tight, because I'm slapping the dog shit out of it. I don't care about nothing. I'm smacking everybody. You talking about I know when I'm going to die, and I know I'm going to hell. It's one thing to tell me you know when I'm going to die, and now I got to be like, oh, I'm going to die in 5 years. I'm going to die in 5 days. I'm going to die in 20 years. And I don't know where I'm going. Let me try to get my life right. But I'm hell bound. Like, I'm for sure going to hell and about to get beat up by 3 1,000-pound gorillas.
I feel that.
Man,
if I knew,
this shit.
Like, anybody say anything,
everybody can get it.
Everybody can get it. How I can get it. I don't care what the consequences are. I don't care what nothing.
I'm with all the smoke
to everybody.
I'm with all the smoke.
I don't care about your feelings. Okay, none of that.
Right here. I'm right here. I'm on your ass right there. You can be able to like, man, you know, this and that. Like when people say something, you're like, I should be the bigger person. You know that little nagging voice.
I want to be the little person at that time. I'm
Michelle
okay with being little.
Michelle Obama said when they go high, when they go low, we go high. Nah, I'm with Charlamagne. When they go low, we take it to the flow.
Hey.
I know I'm going to hell. I'm taking it. I'm going there, and I don't want to take nobody
ground.
scrub it.
Scrub the ground. That means they scrub.
Yeah, I'm cutting up, boy. Cutting up.
No, but I feel like just watching that movie, and we're talking about like whether or not we want to know or no. It really makes
Mike,
me
what's
feel
up?
like,
Shakita, what up, baby?
hey, Keita, hey, Mike. So it makes me feel like I want to know, not want to know, but I want to look at my life now. Like, if I were to die within the next 2 years, what would I want to accomplish?
Yeah, like I can get
And
so
just
much
like
dope shit
go
done.
like boom, boom, boom for
like,
all
maybe
those
I
things
wanna
that I've
have a
been
fire-ass legacy.
procrastinating and holding off, and for my kids, I would want to be able to start those things and do
think
those
about
things.
all this time you'll be like, I
in the
gotta
next 2
save. I
years.
gotta save some money.
That's what we need to probably do. Like, speed it up.
I ain't saving shit.
No,
you talking
I'm
about
not talking-
401k?
I'm not
Give me
talking
all
about
my
that.
money
You
back.
see this? This is somebody who just
Give
want
me
to be a
all my money
hellraiser.
back. I'm talking about hell gonna be 10
This
feet
your
taller.
hellraiser. I wasn't even talking about going to hell. I'm just talking about leaving Earth, period. If I knew, this movie makes me feel like I need to operate my life in which I may not be here in the next 2 years. Do everything I want to do, no risk. I don't care about fear.
This
That's
movie
what
made
I'm
me
talking
feel
about.
like just
For
give
my-
me a
for
hint
kids.
that I can act ass.
Oh
Just
my
give me a
God.
hint that all
why I
restrictions
can't.
are off. I can do what I want.
Which
I'm
one is it?
knocking
Which one
everything
is it?
over. I'm not that one. I'm knocking everything over. Hellbound.
Hey, I did it. Hey.
First button she pressed. 39 podcasts.
Yeah, thank y'all for listening to us. Thank you for listening to us, Uncle Les's Corner. Thank you for your feedback, y'all interactions. Do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We like to see y'all. We love to read what y'all got going on up there. Somebody said what we talking about tonight.
That's Shakita.
Keita, girl, you late, honey. Okay. We're going to send out notification next time before we go live so y'all be prepared. Hit us up at askUncleLegend@gmail.com if you want to ask, say, or want us to do anything. Peace.
Peace.
Bye, y'all. Somebody said, wait, what?
You would do that
Wait,
right.
I missed it.
I'm gonna have to edit this so you and then. Wait, I
Who
missed
said,
it.
wait, they missed it?
But yo,
Shakita.
you just got this Amber Alert, right?
Shakita.
So you got this Amber
you
Alert
missed-
for Atlanta, Georgia, right? Atlanta, Georgia. Amber Alert. Give you the license and everything else. What do they be expecting? Like, what were they expecting you to do? Like, you hit Amber Alert and just like they did a thing on RDC World. You know, them young boys that I be watching that be doing like the anime stuff. There's like this with how they expect you to act with an Amber Alert. Amber Alert, everybody just busts out the door at the same time. Oh, you got the Amber Alert? And we just gonna start running down the
They
street. Like,
just know. So first of all, you're not going to do that to the Amber Alerts, okay? We need these Amber Alerts. If we drive on the highway, we going to the grocery store, we going, hey, let us know what we need to be looking out for. Okay, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, it's a blue Toyota. Okay, any blue Toyota. Hey, cops, look, I seen this blue Toyota. The one that looked like that was on Amber Alert.
I
that I
ain't never heard
got about an
nobody call
hour
it a
ago.
Toyota.
Toyota. That's why Toyota. And so I need y'all to come check this out. I'm at Dollar General on State Road 40. Thank you.
But this is what I'm saying is like this. Okay, so this is the wild shit for me with it. You go and you look at the Amber. You know how shitty it got to feel to be driving that blue Toyota, driving another blue Toyota with your kids.
Yeah, that's me.
Like you just sitting there, hey, you get the Amber Alert, and then you get the Amber Alert. You look at the Amber Alert, then you look at them
No,
and
but
be
it
like,
tells you the license plate.
I know, but what happened when I'm next to you and I see blue Toyota
Oh,
Corolla,
yeah,
and I'm
you
looking
wanna-
at you and your kid crying in the
Right.
background or something like that. You looking at me and I'm like, oh hell! Every cell phone you see go up. Like,
Hey, Monica going.
oh, and then when you pull off, then as soon as you pull off like that, I'm like, oh, we got one, boys.
Oh yeah, my car named Monica. I name all the vehicles, all the firearms. I just name stuff. I just like it because I believe that everything should have a name. Right? We're gonna go back to biblical days. I gonna name everything.
So, boss man just hit me. It was looking between y'all, so we got to change this camera view for IG.
It was what between us?
This is what it looked like on IG.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's in between us. So we're gonna have to back it up further.
Closer I get to you. We need to get closer.
I ain't shooting no podcast like that. But anyway, so the IG it is what it is. But hey, boss man, let me know if you can still hear the audio. If I need to change anything on IG.
That's romantic.
Shakita Cole. Hey, yeah. So
I
we're gonna
know,
leave the
right?
stream up. So just so y'all know, just so y'all know what's going on with the podcast. Me and Fox have decided the future of the podcast, so we're gonna be telling y'all as we build this train as we go. So the Wednesday podcast, the one we do Wednesday, we're trying to do it on. Appreciate it, boss man. So the one we do it on Wednesday and like Sunday. So Wednesday we're gonna continue to do the live stream. We just not gonna be leaving the stream up once we get to a certain point. And so the audio podcast,
We'll fix it, boss.
the audio podcast on everything, we got it, boss. We will figure out the view, and I'll look on IG next time. But so the view, so basically you'll get the audio podcast, and we'll start making little 3-minute videos or something like that from the Wednesday podcast and the Sunday podcast, and you'll be able to get those like on YouTube and everywhere else, and you'll get that one podcast, the audio for free. Right, so you'll still get that one for free. But we're going to start needing some support because we be bringing y'all jewels, we be doing some stuff, and it's like we want to get better equipment and do all this stuff.
How many y'all will support us, though?
Yeah, you know what I mean? We don't know how many of y'all really going to support us. We're talking about going to the Patreon for like $4.99 a month, that's where like, so the Sunday podcast, we're not going to stream. We just going to go, it's probably not going to be current events. Wednesday will be where we hit current events. The Sunday podcast is where we just going to crush everything else. We're shooting in a 4K. We'll put the video up on YouTube, but it's going to be on the Patreon. So it'll be $4.99.
We love Shakita. Oh, you guys,
Appreciate it,
y'all
Shakita.
Always support. We love y'all.
You know what I'm saying? We love our family. But so we'll be doing that one for like $4.99 a month. That's what we're going with. And you'll get the Sunday 4K video that we shoot. That's the only place you're gonna be able to get it. You'll get like a small excerpt that's like 10 minutes or something like that. And
need a theme song.
Boy, Shakita.
Well, that's his theme song. I like his theme song.
Yeah, that's my Superman theme song that come on. But Shakita, if you want to
got
sing,
something else,
trust and believe. I would love
Shakita
nothing more
sing?
than let.
I didn't know that.
Hey, Shakita be acting a whole ass. I would love to see Shakita show out.
I didn't know she needed. She sings.
Hey, I'm gonna just go check Facebook later while I'm going to run to work right quick, and you'll see that. But yeah, so Sunday. So Sunday you'll get not Sunday. So Sunday we'll do the video podcast. All of them be video, obviously, but we'll get the stream. We're gonna take the stream on Wednesday. We're gonna pick a time. So y'all help us figure out a time, right, where we should do it. We're looking at somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock on Wednesday. So we're gonna make that consistent. Where it's like 8 or 9. If not, we'll be sending out updates that we're not gonna make it on time. Because life happens and we're not getting paid for this. We got jobs, we got a bunch of kids, couldn't pull out a driveway type shit over there.
But if we were getting paid for this.
It'd get a lot more consistent.
I'm just
but so if you're a free subscriber, we'll still be pulling people in. The Wednesday audio will be free. The stream, if you watch it while it's on, will be free. If you want to watch the stream afterwards, like if you like our good sister Shakita who missed the stream, the stream will be on Patreon. So we'll just take the whole stream, unedited pretty much, and just move the whole thing. We ain't even gonna edit it. We're just gonna move it straight to Patreon. And then that's going to be on Patreon. So you'll see the Wednesday stream on Patreon. You'll see the video from the podcast on Sunday and the audio from the podcast on Sunday on Patreon.
And
so
bonuses too.
Yeah, and bonuses of like when me and Fox just decide to go be crazy and talk about some wild shit and Fox make incoherent Fox noises.
I feel like I need to see a therapist now because I'm going to be opening up myself to all these people and it's kind of weird, but.
I don't like the way you said you're going to be opening yourself up to these people. Fuck these people. You know what? You know the best way to open up a vagina apparently is with a 9mm. With a 9mm. But yeah, so that's the plans for the podcast. Let us know what y'all thinking, what y'all think for feedback. But we don't really want to go to crazy sponsorship. Like there's certain sponsors that we're looking at right now that would sponsor us and support the way that we vibe, the way that we just let no holds bars on the podcast. And we'll probably be even worse on Sunday because it's gonna be behind the paywall. So that Sunday podcast, everything goes. Everything flies. Feel however you want, right? So we just want to follow more on like people who enjoy the podcast or enjoy it to support it so that we can keep going. So we can't get canceled when we decide that Michael Myers is homophobic or, you know what I mean, or these mandates that they putting out are stupid, or if we want to talk about some political shit, we can put it behind the paywall.
I mean, we want to stay true to our own views and how we feel about things. So, and what y'all want us to talk about, like, it's y'all. This is the reason why we do this. The reason why we started this is because everybody want to hear him talk.
Not really me.
Okay?
They want to hear him
talk. Now, they ain't know I existed the way that I do until I came on here and like, oh yeah, we need five. Oh my God.
That's me reloading. I'm on your ass, brother.
Y'all hear this shit?
I'm done.
Bye. You are done. Anyway.
All right, we out. Appreciate y'all.
Come on,
We'll fix it.
he funny.
We'll fix the Instagram. Appreciate it, boss. I don't know who all the viewers is. Yeah,
I know, that's why I don't know who all in here. So they're not making themselves known. So we can't really
Can't you see the people on there?
to offend anybody when we say what we say sometimes.
All right, so here's what it is. So y'all got the plan. We moving forward. We'll keep putting out this information. See if anybody can help feedback anything that y'all want to do in the meantime. But like we said, the new people coming in, or if $4.99 too much for you, you still get the free audio. You still come watch the stream, and we'll put out clips from the stream and from the Sunday video on YouTube and everything else. But besides that, we got to kind of get paid. I'm spending money on lights and all types of stuff, and this ain't my real job. So we kind of need a little support. We would love to do this full time.
Yeah, what y'all thinking? Let us know what y'all thinking. Y'all up there. We got 6 viewers left in here. What y'all thinking? Do y'all like it enough to give us suggestions on what y'all want to hear us talk about? What topics? We know every time y'all send us something, we'll do it. We'll talk about it. Sometimes we'll shout it out if y'all want. Other times, if y'all don't, we don't do it. But most of the times, we always say the topics that we talk about is like most of the time what the listeners want us to talk about. So, and we do appreciate that feedback. So definitely keep hitting us up at askunclelegend@gmail.com. So that way we can jot down what it is that you want to hear. And we're going to give you our take, view, and opinion on that. Be it popular or not.
Yeah, you're going to get this work. The fact of the matter is that most people, and even for the people here, the most people are more close to the middle than they are far left and far right.
Yeah.
So we realistic people. These are conversations that we have at the house. These are conversations that we have. Like when we start talking about some of this stuff, we formulated this whole podcast. Because I already talked to my homeboy Bama, and Bama's, if you look at...
Hey, Bama.
Yeah, my homeboy Bama. If you look at one of the podcasts, we did a podcast with
yeah.
Bama. We talked about doing the podcast, and it's going to ruffle some feathers or whatever, but, hey, man, it is what it is. But we just, we trying to give a real world view of, like, everybody not crazy far right or far left. Like, most people somewhere in the middle, and we not politicians, and we not, like, world hunger, people who figure it out, the tax attorneys and none of that crazy shit. We regular ass people that's just trying to
figure out this life together. That's it.
Yep.
So we appreciate all you guys and all your comments and things you guys been sending us. The text messages you guys been throwing at us, letting us know how you feel about everything, the feedback, negative or positive. We really appreciate it all, and we all kind of take it into consideration as well.
I gotta go.